Hi everyone, it's Leopard Obsessed. Um, I'm back with another video. This is a video of my experience with bipolar disorder and my visit to the psych ward in 2013. This is when I was officially diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Yeah, so what happened was I was dating my boyfriend at the time, and we got into this huge fight over this girl that kept butting into our relationship. And I decided one day, let me just go to his house and talk to him about it, I don't want to fight anymore. I just want to clear the air, and I want to know where we're at, and I just want to talk to him, because I got a lot on my mind. At this time, I'm manic. I've been off my meds for 2 days, and I'm all over the place. I'm not thinking clearly. I'm not in my right mind. So I go over there, which I know. I did. I went over there. And the guy he was staying with said, yeah, you can come over, you can go see him, he's in his room, you can visit him. So I said, okay. So when I went in there, I seen him and her laying down together. They were sleeping in the same bed. I flipped. I lost it. I started throwing stuff at him. I started yelling at her. I started yelling at him. And she decided she was going to call the cops on me out of fear. Where the cops came, and in my mindset, they told me, that I needed to go home. I needed to relax. And she told them that I broke in. But the cops knew because of my state of mind. They said, maybe you need to go home. You need to go home, you need to relax. Well, my dad came and got me. And instead of taking me home, he took me to the program that I was in. I went there. And instead of being relaxed and calm and, just relaxing, I went there crying. I went there complaining about the situation. I made a scene about the situation. I was crying a lot. Bad idea, right? Well, that's what I did. And the teacher came in and said, how is she doing? And the other teacher that I was with said, she's still going on, she's still crying. The other teacher brought the doctor in and said, come, we're going to put you in crisis. Here, where I live, they call it crisis, the psych ward that I went in. And it's in the same place that the program's in. And they took me there, and when I was there talking to the next morning, when I went in, the next morning, the doctor came by and said, how are you feeling? And my dad, because he came and seen me that night, and he told me, in the morning, you need to tell the doctor exactly what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what's going on in your mind. You need to be honest about everything, or they can't help you. You can't lie, because if they give you the wrong diagnosis, you're not going to get the proper help. So I decided to be honest. I told the doctor I was getting visions, I was getting violent images in my head, I was scared, I was anxious, I was nervous, I kept pacing back and forth, and the doctor later that day pulled me aside and said, this is your diagnosis. You have bipolar disorder. You're in a mixed state, and we're going to put you on the right medicine. Because the medicine that you're taking isn't the right medicine for you. Okay. So, they switched my medicine the next day, or whatever. And, I went home. I went in on Monday. They released me Thursday morning. And, I was anxious. I was scared. You know, I didn't know anybody. There were people in there that was far worse than me. You know, I was scared because I felt, you know, what I was dealing with was like nothing compared to some of the other stuff that I've seen. I've seen things that scared me, you know. I heard things and seen things, and to be in there it's just horrifying. I don't ever want to be back there again. But in the upside, I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I went and I got the help and they put me on the right medicine, and I'm glad I had that experience because I would have never known that I was bipolar. I had no idea what I was feeling or what I was thinking was actually a manic episode, a mixed episode. And that's what I have. I'm bipolar with mixed episodes. That's why I feel so anxious all the time. That's why I get depressed and I feel anxious at the same time. Or I'm irritated, but, you know, I'm happy, you know, for instance. But, yeah, so that was my experience, and that's what I went through. This happened back in 2013, so it's a good 5 years ago. Yeah, so that was my experience. And I hope anybody that has bipolar disorder is getting the proper treatment and the proper help that they need, because it's very important. Like, I'm just grateful that it happened the way it did. And yeah, so if anybody has any questions or wants to leave a comment or anything, just leave in the comments below. Give it a like if you like this video, if this was helpful. Yeah, so that was my experience in the psych ward in 2013. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Bye.